The Akashic records are concept describing a universal, non-physical library containing a compendium of all events, thoughts, and emotions that have ever occurred, are occurring, and will occur. They are thought to be accessible through spiritual practices or by trained practitioners. Key aspects of Akashic records. 1. Universal database. They are seen as a universal, energetic archive that holds the history of every soul and all of creation. 2. Accessible through consciousness. While not a physical library, the Akashic records are believed to be accessible through heightened states of consciousness or through specific practices that involve connecting with one's higher self or spiritual guides. 3. Purpose and guidance. Accessing the Akashic records can provide insights into past lives, karmic patterns, life purpose, and potential future paths. 4. Not predetermined. While the records contain information about potential future events, they are not seen as completely fixed. Human choices and actions can alter the course of future possibilities, suggesting that the future is not entirely predetermined. And 5. Origin in Sanskrit. The term, Akashic, comes from the Sanskrit word, Akasha, meaning sky, space, or ether, suggesting that the records exist on a non-physical plane. How to access the Akashic records. 1. Spiritual practices. Some individuals believe they can access the records through meditation, prayer, or other spiritual practices. 2. Trained practitioners. Others seek guidance from those who have experience in accessing and interpreting the Akashic records. And 3. Intention and rituals. Establishing a personal ritual and setting a clear intention can be helpful when attempting to access the records. In essence, the Akashic records are a concept that offers a framework for understanding the interconnectedness of all things and the potential for self-discovery through accessing a universal archive of knowledge.
An individual, Debbie, access their own records?
Absolutely.
How do they do that?
I think it takes practice, but I always say that everybody can access the Akashic records. And soon, I think, in the coming years, I think as humans expand their consciousness and we start getting more online with our, intuitive gifts, I think we're all going to be able to access the records. But you can even channel the Akashic records without a formal process. It's just mainly setting the intention of accessing the records. Now, when I access the records, it looks like a crystalline palace. I mean, when I'm going into the records, I don't see like a library or books. I know or scrolls. I know some people, describe it that way. To me, it's like I'm looking for individual cosmic crystals, and I'm looking for that person's crystal. And as soon as I open their crystal, it's like a movie plays, and I see their story. It's really beautiful.
In the year 1913, the prominent mathematician G.H. Hardy received a letter from India, which was about to change the course of mathematics forever. The letter was from Srinivasa Ramanujan, who was working as a lowly clerk in an office in Madras. His letter to Hardy contained the most astounding mathematical results anyone had ever seen. But what is more surprising is that many of those equations are so complex that the current generation of mathematicians with advanced technology are still unable to decipher them. Some of Ramanujan's equations are now used to study black holes, which were not known in his days. Many physicists have even claimed that Ramanujan's results could be used to develop future scientific concepts and technologies, such as time travel and anti-gravity. But shockingly, Ramanujan credited all of his theorems and formulae to a Hindu goddess Namagiri. He used to have visions of this goddess, with all the equations flashing before his eyes. It is without a doubt that Ramanujan's hard work and dedication made him one of the greatest mathematicians of all time. But was there something more?
People have asked me about the Akashic records. They're there also. You can have access to them. But this is the way you want to obtain the information. You can do it by reading or by accessing the scrolls or however you want to get it. But there are other ways to do it also, and this is how I've got a lot of the things I've written about. Along the sides of the library are rooms. In these rooms, it's rather like going in Star Trek in the holodeck. You step into those rooms, and if there's something you want to know about, it appears around you, and you're right in the middle of it, and you can see it happening. And that's how we found out about the lower astral. We didn't want to go there. They just took us there and showed us these things. So when you're in the rooms, you can see anything you want and have all knowledge that you want. So you can see why I love this, because this is where I get the things I write about, is in the library. It's just so wonderful. People.
What would you do with all the knowledge in the universe? So, according to theosophy, there's this kind of cloud server called the Akashic Records, which exists in a higher dimension called the mental plane. It's kind of a compendium of past, present, and future events, everything that has ever been or will be for all life in the universe. Edgar Cayce, who claimed to be clairvoyant and psychic, also claimed to be able to access these records while in altered states of consciousness, where he would transcribe information to help people with their problems or discover their life's purpose. Now, I don't know if this is real or not, but some think that quantum mechanics and string theory in particular might prove the existence of higher dimensions someday, and maybe even the Akashic Records themselves. But what do you think?